As part 2 continues, the alchemist and Santiago set off across the desert. They don't talk very much. Santiago eventually asks if the alchemist plans to teach him anything. The alchemist says the only way to learn is through action, and that he's learned everything he needs to know from his journey. The alchemist urges Santiago to immerse himself in the desert and listen to his heart. Wherever your heart is, that's where you find your treasure. Santiago acknowledges his fear of the tribesmen and notices a strong desire to return to Fatima. The alchemist says those are normal reactions to pursuing personal legends, and many people fail to achieve them because of those. One day, Santiago's heart alerts him of danger ahead. A tribe of armed men appear. Their eyes speak of death. The tribe captures Santiago and the alchemist, and they bring them to their military camp. The alchemist tells the tribe that Santiago is a great alchemist with extraordinary powers, and he will turn himself into the wind within 3 days. Otherwise, they offer their lives. Santiago asks for help from the alchemist and doesn't receive it. He realizes he needs to turn his attention to his heart and the nature that surrounds him. Santiago meets with the tribesmen, and on a cliffside, through a conversation with the sand, the sun, and the wind, he ends up transforming himself into the wind, arguing with all three forces about the power of the heart and the language that unifies us all. A few days later, they reach a Coptic monastery just 3 hours away from the pyramids. The alchemist asks to use the kitchen and shows Santiago how to turn lead into gold. Then he gives some of it to Santiago and parts ways with him. The desert represents the adversity and impediments the hero must overcome to pursue his personal legend. Again, the theme of oneness shows up in symbols of the universal language. Santiago and the alchemist don't talk to each other very much, their focus being on observing and tuning into nature and their own hearts. Personal legend is again reinforced here when we see Santiago trying to reach his goal and learning to listen to the intuitive, all-knowing heart. The alchemist distinguishes between those who follow their personal legends for the end prize and those who live out their personal legends. A person may study complicated diagrams to become an alchemist, so he can be rich, but a true alchemist has to listen to his heart and tap into the soul of the world, and he will stop at nothing to achieve it. The act of laboring to transform himself into the wind represents the atonement with the father step on the hero's journey, with the alchemist representing the father figure. Again, we see alchemy signifying oneness, using natural powers to make oneself better and be atoned with the spirit of the world.